It's a small church actually. This part is the church. You can see the difference in the color, no? Okay, so this part is the first church. Like when we read about story of Saint Francis, when he was going like below from the Assisi, he found the church was collapsed, and inside here he found that cross which spoke to him. We saw the original cross. So, here, where the original cross was there, now there is a replica of that. So this place is the most important first encounter place in the Franciscan spirituality, because he found Jesus here, or he found the message like rebuild the church from here, and he first thought about rebuilding the physical church. So what he have done is like first he went to get some stones and rebuild this church. Then later on he understood like God was not saying about the physical church, but it was about the real church, no? And then he moved on from here, with his friends, and lot of companions joined him, and they started to live in Portugal, where we were like yesterday. So later the story says like he has given this place for Clare to live. Clare and the first her companions. So they formed the first community here, and they lived every time like they were here. So they were a cloister, they were a clausura, the contemplative sisters, and they were living here every time. And Clare's life after the conversion, most of the things happened here, and we will see many things. So first thing is like this church, this San Damiano church, and inside that the place where the original cross was there, and that's the first thing. And going inside, when Clare came, they rebuilt the thing and they built around the convent. So the convent is a later addition. And in the convent we can see their cloister where they used to join together for the morning prayers and all those things. And going upstairs we'll see the dormitory where they used to sleep. So they were like called poor Clares because they were have a extreme poverty they used to practice. So they used to sleep down and all those things. So that place is a huge dormitory, and they used to sleep at each areas, each zone are dedicated for each guys. So there is a point where you can see Clare died here. That was the corner where Clare used to sleep, or Clare died also there. And their rule was in such a way like it was a very extreme poverty and dedication. For long years there were no approval given for their rule, and they were praying and they were trying many ways, but many officials in the church were blocking to go ahead. But the Pope at that time was personally most interested to approve that. And Clare was about to die. She was in the bed, dead bed, and Pope was going nearby. And what he has done, he secretly took his seal. At that time there is a seal, no? They pour the thing and seal. So he took everything here, and once she was in the dead bed, he visited and he approved it, the rule. So that happened, the place where she died. And going downstairs, you will see their refectory where they used to eat together. And in the refectory also there is an image you can see where the Pope and many bishops and the Clare and their community is sitting, and you can see the bread having a cross. So that says like there is a story when Pope himself and some bishops and all visited here and they were eating, and instead of Pope praying, they asked Clare to pray, and she prayed and she made a cross, it seems, in one bread, and all the bread in the table had the cross, came in miraculously, it seems. So those kind of all of her stories has happened here. And there is while you go upstairs, there is a small space where she used to sit and pray and all those things. And another thing related to life of Saint Francis is like if you have heard about Laudato Si, no? It is we know about that encyclical from the Pope. But that encyclical was taken, that name was taken from the like a poem which was written by Saint Francis, which is called as Laudato Si Signore, like that. So in Malayalam also you say like Surya Kirtanam. It's like praising God for the creations. So each part of that poem was written at different places. So some part was written around this San Damiano. So if you go in this side, there is a small bridge kind of thing. You could see a statue of Saint Francis somewhere there, and you could see another statue there, which represents his connection with this place. And and there is a museum kind of thing which shows each part of that poem, which says like brother, son. praise God, and brother, sister moon, praise God, like that. So each elements of creation, he is asking to praise God for that. And the last part he has written is about death. So he started to say like sister death, before he died. So that part is written when he was in Portugal and before he died. But some of the part was written when he was around here. And one major event which is very much to remember is like, if you see there is a statue of Saint Clare. As we saw, Saint Clare photo always have this Eucharistic, the thing he's the handling. So that says about a story when Muslims were always, there was a caliphate who were trying to conquer all the part of Italy. And after the death of Saint Francis, actually the kingdom as Assisi was a small kingdom and it cannot defend the barbaric this kind of caliphate forces, So they got the news like they are going to come here and to conquest Assisi. So all the Assisi inhabitants, they don't have any powerful options to confront with. So they have only option is a spiritual option, which they know Saint Clare, living saint, there is only option there. So they all came here, taking refuge here, and asked Saint Clare to do something. So once we go upstairs, there is an oratory. There is written oratory. There is a small room. There is a small niche, small niche inside the wall, and there they used to keep the Eucharistic adoration. They used to keep the host there. And when these forces came, it might not be looking in this way. It might have a different landscape here. But when the armies came, you see a door upstairs. I will show outside. Through that door, she took this thing in her hand, and she has shown that from that door, it seems, and that had made this conquering army some kind of feeling like there is a light or there is a power which struck them. They fall down and they all went back, it seems. So that story is connected to this place also. So you can see that small window door and also that niche where this was kept. And one good thing with this place is like around Assisi there are a lot of modifications have made also around centuries. But here it's the one of the most preserved places. So you could see the steps are like this because 800 years pilgrims are going around, no? And you can see the benches and tables where they have used. Still it is preserved and it is like so old. So that is I think that is all explanation. And there is one more thing here. There is a cross when you go here. That is also famous because there was a friar who was been given the responsibility to make that cross. But he tried with many ways, but the face of Jesus was not finishing with him. And he slept one day praying like why I couldn't finish or something like that. And he prayed and slept in. And next day, the story says like it was been finished somehow, miraculously. And that statue is a part of study by many art groups because it says like if you see from different angles, the face of Jesus give different impressions. Like from one angle, it's like he's in agony. Another part, he is like peacefully like dying. And another part he is like with the grunge of the suffering, you will feel like that. So that is in the first cross, and then we enter into the San Damiano church, and then in the behind near to the sacristy there is another route to go, and there is a steps, and like that we will reach back here. Okay, so that is it. So you can see the after this we will come out and we have to go back all the way up. Unfortunately, we have to do that.
Halfway through, there's a bus stop.
We will gather here, we'll go there, and we saw once we were coming down, we saw the parking area where the buses are. There, our bus will come.
Parking.
Yeah.
You don't have to go all the way up?
Halfway through.
Yeah, halfway through, and then we will get the bus like around 12:30. Okay. So we could move in lines slowly. I think here I think we could be back by 12:15 at least.
12:30 in the bus station.
Yeah.
Videographer is trying to do. Take one more English for me. Okay?